Okay, we are live, Mankato, Edina 12A hockey, Sunday afternoon. Braemar South, little House of Pain. Brings me back to a couple basement college parties with the beer flowing out of the keg. A few people taking their chance at a keg stand. It's the first thing I think about when I hear this type of music. But first things first, Mankato in their last 14 games have dropped 2 contests, each by a score of 4-3. So as habits go, they are used to winning. 2 common opponents in the last 14 games. They beat Fire Lake 7-4. They beat Eden Prairie 3-0. So that would be right in line with what Edina's capable to do. We beat Fire Lake 8-3 a few weeks back. Certainly have had no problem handling Eden Prairie as Morgan grabs a puck near neutral ice as she tries to get into the zone. Back to Sweetster. Sweetster with the hard shot. That's deflected. Sauter was in a really great position there to knock home a rebound. Little wraparound attempt. Save. And it's a flip. And I was going to say, how did that not go in? And we get an early goal 16 seconds into the contest and turning the tables a little bit. Typically, we're on the other end of those slow starts. And Edina comes out on a Sunday afternoon after a very, very nice win yesterday. Chaska 2-0 with Weary getting the shutout. Morgan having 2 goals yesterday. And they pick up right where they left off. So we'll have Sauter on the right wing, Fitzgerald on the face-off, Morgan staying at the left wing. We'll have Helfrich and Shoot at the D as we're going to get an icing, and we'll have a face-off down in the zone. And that's really what you need. After Mankato makes a trek up 35, hour and a half car ride, and just come out and hit him in the mouth early a little bit. And that really started with a nice shot from Sweetster from the point. Got deflected, but then Sauter and Morgan went to work. I believe Sauter might have had the goal, but that could have been Morgan too. I thought Morgan flipped it in initially, but I don't know if that popped out and Sauter threw it home or not as Fitzgerald tries to get a loose puck near the slot and Mankato tries to get an exit. Fitzgerald now coming away and wiping that to the far boards. That's off Morgan's stick. Mankato trying to shove it up a little bit. Helfrich throws it back and Sauter gets it deep. Sauter and Fitzgerald will come off and McGarvey and Heinmiller will come on. Nice play by Shoot to knock it back into the far corner. McGarvey now trying to make something happen. Heinmiller now retreating in her own zone. Heinmiller over to Nelson. Nelson to McGarvey. McGarvey gets it deep. McGarvey will chase along with Hoffman. Slips past Hoffman. Heinmiller now comes over, throws it back in. Shot, pad save. Goalie didn't see that till it hit her. Nelson now collecting. Nelson gets it deep, throws it to the slot, picked off. I'd like to see Nelson hit that wing over there. She did a good job collecting the puck. Hoffman collects, trying to get it across neutral ice so she could get a potential dump, and that's knocked back in Edina's zone. McGarvey, the soccer player she is, kicks it out of the zone. Mankato now entering. Nice play by Sweetser to knock her off the puck. Hoffman now retrieving far boards. Hoffman shoves it back to Mankato. Mankato intercepts, and that's going to hit Forrester as Mankato will now try to get a zone entry. And that's a nice save by Weary. Saw it the whole way, and that is about as a textbook save off the blocker as you can ask for. She escorted that to the left corner. Mankato now trying to operate behind the net as they get it back to the point. Nice play by Forrester with a block. Our wings were high there. Forrester in an excellent position to negate that puck getting low, but that's going to be still controlled by the point. Weary comes up, makes a first save. That's now back behind the net. Williamson comes over, and Mankato putting on some pressure. A high fluttering puck into the near corner. Forrester's just going to have to try to get it out, and she does. And we'll take that ice as Mankato was camping out in our zone for about 45 seconds. That's waved off. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll take that as Edina's going to get some fresh skaters. So a little break to Edina early. Mankato now. The compete level is at a premium as you know, you really can't say it wasn't after our first goal, but Mankato's turned it up a little bit.
Don't watch the puck, watch the body.
And as momentum goes, it's swung in a hurry. Sauter now trying to change that. Gets it across neutral ice, taken away. Mankato coming back the other way. Helfrich forces her wide, centering pass, but Mankato's getting on a change. Morgan now trying to catch him a bit as she comes across neutral ice. Mankato trying to knock it back out of the zone. They'll regroup back in front of their netminder. Nice patience there by number 8 from Mankato. She's going to try to enter. Shot. Weary at the save. Rebound. That's wiped away. Little breakdown there, and Weary saves the day. Morgan now forced wide. Winds. Shot. That's off the goaltender's shoulder and into the corner. Nelson trying to throw it back to the slot. That's intercepted. Shot. Save. Weary. Well, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, and I hate to be the critical commentator, but how many breakaways do we give up? A lot. Too many. And it's another one, and Weary is not standing on her head, but she is up to every challenge that's been thrown her way thus far. And Hoffman is going to get to the puck first. Lifts a stick, fights off a check, thrown down, no call. Nice play by Hoffman. I mean, you talk about wheels. You talk about absolutely just turning on the burners. And now we've got some zone time, compliments of Hoffman. Helfrich winds, and it's going to be a save right into the chest as we have 10 minutes left to play here in the period. Garvey on the face-off, Heinmiller to the right, Hoffman to the left. Nelson and shoot back at the point. Nelson steps in. A little shot that goes into the corner. Shoot with a pinch. McGarvey coming out to dig it. Throws it in the opposite corner. Mankato will get there first. Hits a referee in the shin, and now that's going to be picked up by Heinmiller, and that's off her stick. Shoot, staying low. Does a nice job getting to the corner for McGarvey to fight two. And that's going to come back to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to center it, and that hits the side of the net and the goaltender, and she covers up. McGarvey lays the lumber early. Says, this is at Mankato. We've got our own style of play up here in the metro area. If you thought you were going to push us around today, you got the wrong message. Face off, control back to Nelson. Nelson shot, and it's right in the bread basket. It's a great face-off win by Heinen. Nice hold by Shoot. Nice play to throw it in the far corner. Heinen chasing. Deflects the puck, stays into the corner. Mankato now retrieves. Pass. Nelson's got to wait for people to get on sides. Trying to get it up to Carter. Spits back to Shoot. Shoot trying to get through some traffic. Shoot now. Stick lifted. Fights off a hook. Back to Nelson. Nelson. Shot. That's way wide. Carter now trying to touch it back into the corner. That's wiped back by Mankato. Mankato will try to regroup behind their netminder. Nelson with a nice pitch, nice physical play. And that's something that Peter talked about last night. Our defense are doing a much better job. And we'll get an icing out of that in another face-off in Mankato's zone. You can get a little better at a lot of things, you'll see vast improvement, right? Sauter, corner. Morgan, just off her stick. Mankato now collects. Mankato violently off the boards, but that stays in. A little flip by Fitzgerald. Loose in the slot, and will be a high stick, and so we'll have another face-off. Morgan into the corner, trying to disrupt that. Fitzgerald in a nice position to support. Read that play as a puck spit back behind the D. She collects, trying to get it back up to Morgan. Morgan now Mankato doing a nice job of collapsing on Morgan as they'll come away with the puck here near boards. They'll regroup. Morgan's going to try to make it a little difficult for them, and she does, as they have to get it off their stick in a hurry as Morgan was closing. Williamson to Morgan. Shot, and that hits a goaltender, and again, she didn't save that cleanly. Edina fans wanting a trip, but I think she just might have lost an edge as she's trying to navigate her way through 6 skates and 3 sticks. McGarvey now over to Helfrich. Helfrich has her eyes up. Back to McGarvey. Collected by Morgan. Well, no-look pass. Heinmiller now. Over to shoot. That's taken away. Mankato entering, taken down, and we'll have a call early here with just over 7 minutes remaining as soon as Edina gets a touch, and they do, so Edina will go on the kill. .21 White hooking is the official call with 7:05 remaining. First power play of the game. This year, Mankato has 85 penalty minutes as that goes through the paint. To Edina's 38, now 39 and a half. Not surprising, we know they play a physical brand of hockey, and those statistics would support that. Back to the point. Hard shot on the ice, rebound, and that just goes wide by a foot. Clearing attempt, not out. That's whacked back in the vicinity of Weary. McGarvey now trying to get a zone exit. Misplays the puck. It might have got stuck in the official skates, and that allows Mankato to keep it deep. Back to the point, shot, deflected. Helfrich sends that down the other way. Nice play by Helfrich, and that'll be an icing call with 32 seconds left on the power play for Mankato. 6:05 left here in the first period. Not the best ran power play, but they do check the box and keeping the puck in the zone for the first minute of that power play. So Nelson now behind Weary. Nelson trying to get it up the boards, fighting off a Mankato player, still fighting. Mankato's going to try to get it back to the point. Forcer's there to deflect that. Shot, blocker saved by Weary. Shot, that goes wide. 9 seconds. And that'll go down the length of the ice, and as that hits the red line, the penalty expires, so Heinmiller will come on to the ice back into the bench, and Edina will get some fresh skaters with 5-on-5 hockey with 5:35 left here in the first period. Did you watch any hockey day yesterday? That was some excitement. Wild win in a shootout. Hill Murray wins in overtime against White Bear Lake. They get a late goal to tie that up with around 50 seconds left in the contest. Big rivalry game there. White Bear Lake ranked number 9. Hill Murray, young this year, but not too young. The announcers are talking about all these 8th graders. They've got 2 8th graders, they've got 6 seniors and 5 juniors. So I think they're trying to create a little bit of a David versus Goliath matchup with Hill Murray supposedly being young, but not too young. But a nice win for Hill Murray and a tough one to swallow for White Bear Lake as they were trying to avenge the section final loss last year 5-0. Sure they'll meet again in sections, so that'll be a fun one to circle on the calendar. The puck goes to the far boards. Williamson trying to play that, does a nice job of chipping it off the boards into the neutral ice area. A lot of whacks at it in neutral ice. Williamson now trying to get it deep. She does. 5 off for Edina, 5 fresh skaters for the Hornets. Mankato trying to take the direction from their bench. Bench really wanted to try to catch that change, but they were unable to do that. Shoot now.
Oh my God. Win it. Pay attention.
Nelson trying to get up to Fitzgerald. That's past her stick. Mankato comes over and play it back the other way. Morgan, the little dipsy-do, dunkaroo, gets it to the paint area, a couple whacks at it, and we're going to have a whistle with 4:11 remaining. Well, this is a big one. This is going to be a game that both teams are going to want as you get closer to seedings for district. Back to shoot, has time, loads, shot, rebound, loose, and it's covered up. And if our girls aren't ready to get hit in that area or ready to give a little shove back, it's going to be advantage Mankato because they are doing a great job of protecting that goaltender after that first rebound. And that goaltender covers it up. They're sending a message that, hey, listen, if you didn't hear the whistle, let us give you a little shot to the head and maybe your ears will open up and then you can hear it that way. Poked loose, shoot now in a foot race.
Don't lose it.
Shoot, sauce it up to Nelson. Nelson whacks that back, Mankato will collect. Almost picked off by Morgan. Morgan had a beautiful play last night as she read a play similar to that. Playing a little free safety position. That gets over to Nelson. Nelson back behind Weary.
Hurry up.
Shoot's got to try to get there. That's going to spit back behind Weary for Fitzgerald to pick up. Fitzgerald now collected by Nelson. Nelson now dangles out of the zone. Shot, backhand hits the side of the net. And that'll be covered up. Mankato fans are saying, oh, but that's been going on all day, so if they don't know, now you know. I like that. You know what? If the D are going to give a shot, you give a shot back. And like a parent said to me a few weeks ago, actually I coined the phrase, it's not tennis. And if we're going to let them get away with how they played Mankato, then they're going to have the advantage. Hey, yeah, right there. The only thing I like on that rush, I've talked to her about it, take the shot. That backhand, now she did get a shot out the backhand and tried to stuff it 5-hole, but god dang, you did all that work to get there. Take a snipe. Williamson back to chase, trying to fight off a Mankato player. Great job by Williamson. Great job by Mankato, though, as she was sprawling, to get that back to one of their teammates. A little hesitation, move behind the net. That tells me that's a strong skater and a good hockey player when you have confidence to do that type of a move to try to shake a defender. Heinmiller gets a stick on it, back to Sweetser, touches it back past Heinmiller, 2 minutes left in the first period. That's thrown in. Weary watches Sweetser collect it behind the net. Sweetser's got to go back. Nice play by Sweetser. Hoffman trying to get it off the boards and shoot him out the race. She fights off a check. McGarvey gets it deep, gets some fresh skaters on for Edina. And again, every time Edina gets a change, I mean, they are really asking for a little bit of urgency to get that out of the zone to try to catch them, which is an absolutely correct directive, right? I mean, it's easier said than done, but Edina's getting off fast. I mean, they're getting off fast, they're getting on fast, and the skaters that are coming on, whether it's the first, second, third line, I mean, these girls from Edina can skate, their heads are up, they've got good hockey IQ. So to catch them, it's going to have to be one of those really precarious situations to where, you know, we maybe change at the wrong time, but that's typically not the case. That spits loose to the slot area. Forster gives a whack at it. Mankato gets that out of trouble by getting out of the zone. Shoot now back near her own zone, regrouping. Shoot up to Forster. Forster, nice shot on net, and that's going to be controlled and covered up with 1:11 remaining. Smart. Hey, play smart. Nelson's going to cheat in. Claire's got to identify that, vice versa. If Claire cheats in, Nelson's got to be on a swivel. Shot, and that's barely saved, and it's loose, and she gets put to the bench, and it's a goal. That took that body check in front of the net, took that player out of the equation, and that was allowing the puck to be thrown home in the back of the net. So because we're in the paint, and because Mankato likes to play physical, their eyes were on our forward in the paint, and that allowed our other forward, I can't remember who threw that home, but that is a gritty, tough play. And Gia, well, I'll give credit to the person that got put on her back. Mankato right off a face-off, back behind the net, and that's a goal. Like a goal, they scored down Mankato right from the face-off. Took the face-off and went right in. .41 seconds remaining, and that's a quick answer. Again, the statistic. How many goals are scored within a minute of goal scoring, the first minute of the period? Well, there's 2 right now. We got one in the first minute of the game, and then Mankato answers with like 6 seconds. Centering pass off a skate. Hoffman now touches it up to herself, cross neutral ice. She tries to collect. Hoffman fights off a hook. Centering pass, nobody home. Mankato now trying to get a controlled exit, but that's before Heinmiller comes over and says, "Not in my arena." I've spent way more hours on this sheet of ice than you ever will, and that's going to be my puck this time. Oh, they're figure skating and all the hockey. It's like our second home. Nice play by Hoffman and Heinmiller to get it deep, and that'll do it for the first period of hockey. Puck drop. Shoot now, back in her own zone. Trying to get it up to Carter. Just floats past her stick. Carter now trying to get a stick on it to keep it near neutral ice. Nelson has to go back and retrieve. Nobody at the wing position to get it to, so she's got to go off the boards. Heinen comes over to help out a bit. Pass Nelson, shoot and support. Yep, I was going to say watch for shoot to pump the brakes there. Back behind Weary. Forster, oh dang it. Keep that puck just a bit and skate it or make the pass. Don't just get that off your stick. Be a little selfish. Have fun with it. Heinen with the shot wide. Nelson on a deep pinch trying to keep it deep. Shot, that hits a skate. And that'll reach Weary, and she'll throw that into the corner for Sweetster to grab. Sweetster trying to get it up to Morgan, but she's taken off the puck. Sweetster recollects, taken down. And Morgan's going to have an opportunity to make something happen. She gets past one. But we got a great back check from Mankato to come over, and we'll get that call. That's an easy call. It's either a slash or a body check. Nelson now. Up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, it's enough. That's two. That's two. Miss a knee to knee. And I like the when we're on commentating because when I scream, you can't hear me. It just like when I call a goal. That could have been two. I mean, they took Fitzgerald out more than they took the first one out. Back to Sauter. Nice hold by, oh, walk that in a little bit. Yep, you had what you wanted right there. A ton of ice to make a decision. I'd like to see her walk that in. Whether it's 5 passes to get to that or 3 or 1. Absolutely work it around, but you work it around to get what Shute had early. Sauter now. Now you got Morgan. Or you can walk it in. Shot. Rebound, and that was juicy. Mankato's bench looking for him to ice it, or asking for it at least. Nice collect by Morgan. Down to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald. And that's just off the post. Sauter collects. Mankato scrambling. Shot right into the shin pads. Got Morgan. Finds her. Morgan now entering with an opportunity. Rip it. Get to the slot and rip that bad boy. Come on, May. Come on, May. Like I said, we got to get those shots. Like those shots. Sauter has it. Winds. Low. Rebound, and that just flutters to the side of the net. Pounding at it. It's a good power play right there. I mean, a lot of opportunities. I mean, we're talking a foot or two from making it a 3-1 game. 4 seconds left on the power play. See if McGarvey can get a face-off win here. 5-on-5 hockey as check down to the corner, cross check, no call. Yeah, Mankato plays physical, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Throws McGarvey against the boards. Bumped off the puck. Nice play by Hoffman. Hoffman pounds that down to the ice. Hoffman now controlling behind the net. Centering pass goes through a few skates. Collected by Mankato. And Hoffman comes over and disrupts that. Nelson now.
Jeez,
Got it. You cannot be dangling through 2 skaters. Get that shot on net or dump it deep. There's a time to dangle and there's a time just to throw it deep, and the forwards are putting on a ton of pressure. Shute with a nice play, but they still got a 2-on-1, and here comes Carter back into the action. Nice play by Shute to get there first, and nice play by Carter to not give up. You see that at the 10U level. We lost a game like that this year to Maple Grove where the forward just quit skating, you know, in the same position that Carter was, and then they got a goal off a rebound. But at this level, you learn that that could be grounds for termination. So, I mean, yeah, it was identical. I mean, she just stopped skating, and we lost 1-0 to Maple Grove up in Duluth. But Carter wasn't having any of that. And the goaltender gloves it and probably should have played that to her forward or her D that was getting back there, but I think she thought about it, but she scooped it up so cleanly. Gonna have a little tough time getting that out of the mitt. Well, we've been winning a lot of face-offs, or we've been at our fair share of face-offs. Mankato gets that one. Just as I say that, I jinx May. That's my fault. Up to Sauter. Up to Morgan. That's a nice play there. Smart. Couple nice passes. You know, May does a nice job of, sucking Mankato in a little deep, and we're going to have the net that was knocked loose. But yeah, very simple, right? To Nelson, to Sauter, to Morgan. And you got to be able to control the puck to do that. So with May buying time and head up. You get that clean, walk it in. Nice win by Fitzgerald. Morgan picks up the puck. Mankato trying to get it out. Nice hold by Sweetser. Now Mankato coming back the other way. Deflected back behind Weary. Touched up near Morgan. She can get past one. She'll have Sauter. She's knocked off the puck. Sauter will now try to collect on the far boards, and that gets past her. Back to the point. That's deflected. Sweetser throws that back into Mankato zone. Obviously will have to be played as it was picked up at the top of the circle. God, wait. Seven and a half remaining in the period as Mankato tries to enter. Helfrich and shoot back. Gets past Bolt and that gets wide. Helfrich fighting. McGarvey coming over. Doesn't get enough on the exit attempt, but is able to poke it out for Heinmiller to collect. Heinmiller just gets past center ice and is able to dump for an effective zone at that. Heinmiller now over to Helfrich. Helfrich has an opportunity to get a little deep. Bumped off the puck. Collected by Heinmiller. Hits Helfrich as she had taken a bit of a spill. She was pushed down. That allows Heinmiller to do a little bit of work in the corner, but that's a big defense woman there from Mankato. I mean, I thought, Ellison, Taylor, Helfrich, and Sweetser are pretty good size, but a big kid. Physical play from Mankato, 2-on-1. That goes through everybody. Forrest will have to collect. Throws it back to Mankato at neutral ice. Nice hustle by Forrester to get deep. Allows Carter to come over and battle. Sweetster and Heinen back. Mankato collects. Mankato trying to get it to the front. Forster there again. Forster all over the ice on this shift. Wide. It's going to ring around near boards. Edina's got to get it deep. We got some tired girls on the ice right now. Mankato trying to keep it deep so they can maybe catch some tired legs. And that's off Weary's face mask. That caroms to the near boards. Carter tries to get it deep. Shot. That goes high. Yep, it is tired leg city out there right now. That's got to be saved and gloved. Weary makes the initial save. Mankato can't capitalize. You just got to take an ice at this point. That's where Forster should have got off right there. Here comes some fresh legs here. Fitzgerald, one to beat. And we finally get some fresh skaters on for Edina to even the compete level up a little bit. Nelson has shoot. There you go. Nice pass to shoot. Shoot trying to get it up to Morgan. Morgan gets it deep. Nice play by Gia. Fitzgerald's still fresh. Beats her. Takes her off the puck. Over to Sauter. Sauter backhand. Forehand. Back-to-back saves there.
She's still on it.
Sauter trying to get it back to Nelson. Nelson throws it back into the corner. Morgan now. Trying to touch it off to Sauter. Sauter trying to get it to the front. Couple pokes at it. Loosen up paint. That's going to go to the corner. D taken away. Morgan's got to stay low. Centering pass, and that just goes wide as Fitzgerald's backhand missed by a foot. Back to shoot. And it's going to be covered up. So you can cross-check a girl into the pipes,
Yeah, right.
but you got to talk to one of our players where we give a little shove back. Edina with all the pressure late. And by late, I mean about the last minute 15. Mankato trying to have something to say about that. Nice hold by Mankato. Edina trying to muscle it out. Williamson against the boards, taking off the puck. Mankato comes away with it before, I believe that was Williamson getting a stick in there. That's going to be wiped wide. Halfrich now.
Oh my God.
Mankato now turning the tables. They've got the momentum. And that's, whoa, I thought that was out, but I'm going to keep playing. And that will get out. That's a nice play by Halpert. I mean, hard on the boards at an angle. 2-on-1 now. Hoffman and Heinmiller. Hoffman, shot off the glove. What's a whistle? Oh, we got a shot to the head. I did not see that. Did you see that? Well, I'm glad I know that referee's going to throw people out. I'll shut up the rest of the way. It's even, you know, they're calling a consistent game. But that's really up to the officials, right? I mean, you don't want to call everything, but you're going to dictate on how the game is going to be played. And if you let some stuff go, you know, the girls are getting to the age where it will start to get a little rough. You know, is it only as they get older are they going to identify on subconsciously how the game is called? You know, that's in any sport, you know, football, basketball, hockey. If there's a ton of holding going on, guys are going to hold. It's not called. Nelson intercepts. Nelson now exiting. Get there! Rebound! Man, that was loose, and Nelson unleashed a cannon and a little juicy there. Back to Carter. Sweetser's got to get there, just right up the boards. right back up the board. She's going to go around Weary, buy herself some time. That should hop to the point. It does. Sweetser gets a stick on it. Has all the time in the world, and that's off Carter's stick. Shot, and good save by Weary with a minute 19 left here in the second period. Well, we are getting dirty. I'll tell you, our girls are there. Our girls are in the paint. They're fighting. They're battling. More so than I remember. You have to have the opportunities to do that. It's kind of like, I was thinking last night, taking a charge in basketball. I mean, you can't do it on every single play, right? You can't get in front of the goalie's eyes on every single play. I mean, the situation's going to dictate when that opportunity presents itself, and that's the tough part. When do you step in and take that charge? When do you have the ability to get in front of the goalie and start battling? And our girls are doing a fantastic job today. Fitzgerald, nice play up to Sauter, past her. Fitzgerald trying to whack it out. She does. Morgan tries to get it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now coming away with it. 2-on-1. Get it over to her. Get it over to her. That needed to be passed. That needed to be passed. See if she can get that one in the slot. Yep, that absolutely needed to be passed. You got the best hands, or some of the best hands on the ice with Fitzgerald, Sauter, and Morgan. 2-on-2 now. Now that's the time to take a shot, and that just goes off the glove. And I like that shot. And I like that shot. Those are the shots I love. I mean, she's getting in that area, and she's ripping it, and she's missing by about a foot from scoring our third goal with 8 seconds left here in the second period. And that will do it for second period of hockey. All right, so this is a big 15 minutes, obviously. We're up 2-1. We've played a tough hockey game thus far. Mankato's had, as much heat as Edina's had at times. So you have to think that'll stay consistent as Heinmiller gets loose. She'll have a 2-on-1 and just hits a skate as she was trying to get that over to Hoffman. Nelson now. Nope. Nope, cannot make that pass. That's a nice play by Schutt to get back. 5-hole goal.
Shooter try.
Nah, it's Taylor. Turnover, neutral ice.
All right.
Taylor gets a lot of instruction on the bench.
Well, it happens.
Yeah, every play. It's almost like her attention units have just got to be worn out. It's like my sales meetings when I got my one-on-ones. I just see a rep after 20 minutes just start zoning out. Amy, did you hear that? What? What's going on? I'm like, all right, good luck the rest of the day. 2-2 hockey game, 14-11. Again, first minute of hockey, first minute of the period, right? Both Williamson and Sweetser have got to get back. Williamson does. Bumped off the puck, centering pass, hits Heinen's skate. That's thrown back behind the net. D having a tough time. Mankato putting on some pressure. Both shooting Nelson, turning the puck over in some bad situations. What I'm interested to see is the coaching on the bench after that. And it's a goal! Morgan hammers it home. Morgan has got, talk about the definition of a hot hand. I'm going to have Taylor play forward, I think. She's just not, I don't think she's getting it.
No, see, another turnover. I just can't do that.
She's going to end up not wanting to get to the ice. And McGarvey throws one home, and there we go. Within a minute of that goal. So Mankato ties it up. We get one, and then it just seemed like Mankato kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit after we got that zone exit. And if that doesn't take the wind out of your sails, a lot of hockey game to be played, but Mankato really fought for their two. And Edina gets two quick ones here. Nice play by Weary. Makes the save and throws it to the corner. Weary made a really nice play last night too that I didn't commentate on. We had a puck that was loose back behind the net. We coughed up and she used her stick to keep it back there. Mankato goal. And as I said, a lot of hockey to be played. And we get our two, and then we come out and just kind of like, oh yeah, this will be maybe 5-2 pretty quick, 6-2 probably after that. But it is not going to go that way, which is 4-3 game.
A lot of hockey left.
Oh, a ton of hockey.
Oh my God.
Can that clock be right? Go! Another goal within a minute. I'm not going to beat it to death, but man, it's almost like both sides, you just can't be happy, right? You get two, you give up one, then you get one back, and then you give up one. That was an absolute laser. No, go ahead. It's all you. McGarvey rips that. McGarvey saw that. She saw that coming the whole way. I think she was surprised that they actually passed it in that direction. Pad save. Heinmiller gets a shot. Back to McGarvey. McGarvey trying to get it to the center. That flutters near the vicinity of Heinmiller. A lot of hockey game. But do we have till what, 10 after? So we should have enough time on the clock. We get a penalty called here. I didn't see it. I thought it was an offsides. But it looks like Mankato's going to go to the box for, I did not see the call either. Golden opportunity there. Goes wide. Mankato 1-on-1. Now 1-on-3 as Hoffman and Sweetser get back to help out. Sweetser now behind Weary, trying to shove it up to Garvey. McGarvey trying to get it out. Kicked in by Mankato, or held in rather. Mankato short-handed, putting on some pressure as they wind, and Weary throws that back behind the net. .30 left on the power play. Shoot steps up, holds it in. Mankato trying to get it out. They do by about a puck. Of an offside, with 28 left in the power play. 8:58 left in the hockey game. Fitzgerald on the draw, Morgan to her right, Carter to her left. Taken away from shoot. Mankato will have an opportunity. Tries to go over the shoulder, and Weary lost it for a second, but then quickly, with the peripheral vision, saw something black and round on the ice and covered it up. Two-on-one. Over to Carter. Carter, shot! Goes high. Good 2-on-1 there. 3 seconds left in the power play. Even strength, 5-on-5 hockey as Mankato's fifth player gets onto the ice. She'll head right to the bench. So a little bit of a girl advantage. It's evened up now. Morgan winding that up and going high and wide. Sauter with a nice jab at it to keep it deep. Another nice play to keep it into the zone. Now get out of the zone. Sauter will have to go back to collect. Hoffman entering. Hoffman trying to get it to the paint area. She does. Goaltender gets a stick on it to get that out of trouble. Mankato now coming back the other way. Little drag. Sweetser disrupts that. Pokes it up to Heinen. Heinen gets it out of the zone. Forster chasing. Get that back to the D right there. Step up. Nelson needs to hit Forster there. Just get the puck and put a pass on the stick. No need to go high off the glass when there's nobody down there. When she plays in the NHL, that's going to be a penalty.
That's true.
Right? McGarvey winds, goal, 5-hole. It's either 5-hole or hit the corner. Either way, like we've said, it doesn't need to be bar down, right? Low and hard on the ice is tough to see, and it's all these goalies see when they play 3-on-3. They just see these pucks coming at their eyes over and over and over, and McGarvey throws one on the ice, and that was a pretty goal.
She was kind of patient. She kind of waited.
Yeah, just, I mean, there's enough room down there. 2-on-1. Goaltender makes a fantastic save on Morgan there. Late whistle. I mean, you want some roughhousing after the save. I mean, just don't blow the whistle for 2 or 3 seconds. That was a great play by, who's it, Sauter and Morgan? And equally as good a play from the goaltender from Mankato. She came sliding across. Was able to keep it a 3-goal hockey game with 6.5 minutes remaining. Fitzgerald violently whacks that back the other way. Mankato uses the glass, and that's not going to be an ice, as that will die before Fitzgerald retrieves. You maybe get that up a little, so when you get that pass and you're flat-footed, it's very tough to get into the zone. Nice play by Sauter. Gently throws it down into the zone to negate the ice. It's like, that's a really, really good play. It's just like a little lob wedge. Got to get that deep. You got to get that deep. You make a great play to intercept it. You got to get that deep. Weary throws that to the corner. Weary saves that. Saw that the whole way. What's going on? Well, what happened is Shoot got a little dangle happy, and Mankato came the other way. Tried to go through 4 or 5, 2 times in a row.
My daughter was trying to be dangle happy.
Well, and then they come back the other way, right? Our D's got to identify to get that up. You lost it the first time, then you go the second time, and then they get that rush. Like Peter said, it all starts with our D. Our D, I mean, you got to get that into the forwards at the right time, obviously quick, at the right spot. Because your forwards are all going with you when that D rushes that puck. And we got an empty net, and it should be a goal, but I don't know if Hoffman recognized it, because I certainly did it. Makes sense, down 3 or 4 minutes. I don't know if she recognized that or just couldn't pull the trigger, because I certainly did not see the goaltender leave the ice. We'll have 6-on-5 hockey. Mankato centering pass. McGarvey comes away with it. McGarvey throws it back towards neutral ice. That's into the snow. Nice job by Williamson. That hits a Mankato player as she was coming onto the ice. Got to get that deep. Got to get that deep. Get across neutral ice and just get it deep. Goaltender should now enter the ice. Well, I thought it was going to be a tough game. It certainly has been a tough game. There's just that flurry of like, they score, we score, they score, we score. It's like, so 7-3 where it stands right now is obviously a thrashing if you just looked at the score, but Edina's had a lot of really good opportunities today too. I mean, you look at May and Gia and Carter. We've had some really good shots. We've had more 2-on-1s today than I remember in any game. You know, that's exciting. What else has been good? Weary's been on point. I mean, she made big saves early. She's been good with the scrums around the net. Her stick's been hot today, so her stick has directed the pucks in a lot of the right directions. McGarvey's brought a lot of energy. That's a nice collection by Forster, but we don't want to ice it. It's almost like the practice. Get it in that spot and just get used to going off the boards with it, right? High off the boards.
Yeah, like King.
Yeah, we do not.
Does that well, where
She does really do that well. Yeah, we don't want.
Fast enough to
Yeah,
go get it.
there's no reason we should take icings right there. I mean, like the play before, Sauter made an awesome play and just nudged it down there. You can use the angle of the boards to try to. Where if you do get the ice, I mean, it was right play at it, the right opportunity. Hit somebody coming onto the ice. Oh, dang it. That's not a bad play, but a little flip towards the goaltender isn't what I like, and they're going to let that one go with a 7-3 game with 2:14 left.
Oh, that's funny.
I remember McGarvey, like, we're going to play around this a little bit and get it up ice. Enough of the juggling act out of our blue line. And you don't want to give up one here late. I mean, it's not going to mean the game, but you just want to close this out. You want to close it out the right way. What else? I mean, Heinmiller's fought hard today. Forster was all over the ice on some shifts. Carter competed really, really well. Our D, Sweetser, Halprich, Williamson, shoot.
The music's been good.
The music has been phenomenal. Yes, I mean it is.
Shout out to Brad Helfrich.
Is that Brad? Yeah, he is. He is on his game the last 2 games with the music. Well, we were saying we had a tough time scoring goals, not all year, and that gets misplayed, and that's going to be covered up. We get 7 today, 7 pretty decent goals. I wouldn't call any of them soft by any means. Got a lot of pressure. Have we been in the box today? We have. Yes, we have. We had 1. And so, from that standpoint, we've done a good job there of not creating odd girl situations in a bad way. There's traffic. That's going to squeeze through. Like I said, I mean, it's not going to dictate the game, but it's, you just kind of want to close these things out. We don't play again for, I think until the 4th. That's a scrimmage, I believe.
A week from today. Is that the 4th?
Yeah.
Oh, is there a scrimmage?
Wyzetta. I believe it's Wyzetta on the 4th. So we'll have time to digest the weekend. But like I said, Mankato has only lost 2 of their last 14 contests,
This game is
each by a goal.
probably not over.
Well, I think it's safe to say it's probably in the books. Halprich now gets into the zone. Yeah, you never want to say it's over, but it's over. And we get one, and so we are going to close it out a little bit. So we closed it out the right way. We probably should get the last one today to put us up 8-4. So we go out on a high note, but again, this team has taken 2 face-offs in 2 different contests and threw it in the back of our net, as they try to do right here. But Carter and Heinen stand that up. Now it's like, all right, let's get out of here healthy. Got 10 seconds left. They can wave that off, which is